Inspired by my father's love for photography, I got my first camera when I was 10 years old, and I started to photograph everything around. I was very fascinated by travel photography, and I did this for maybe 20-25 years. And around 2000, I focused more and more to nature photography.
Photography really came into my life when I was about 11 years old, and I started collecting old cameras, and then I moved into studying photography more generally, and it's been part of my career ever since, and a big part of my personal life as well.
A friend took me into a darkroom, and I watched a sheet of white paper slip into a tank of developer, and suddenly this image of the world appeared out of the dark, out of nothing, and it was magic. And that's how I came into photography, pursuing the magic, and it's never stopped intriguing me, fascinating me, and amazing me.
HIPA is a very interesting project for me. It's a project in the sense of culture and art. I see a combination to everywhere, to Europe, the Western countries, US, America, but also to Asia. It's a big challenge to connect this on a global level, on the level of photography as art and as culture.
The degree of detail, the attention to quality is really amazing and very inspiring. So to me, HIPA means quality.
And we learn from other photographers' work as well, and that's why I think the HIPA Awards is so important, because we learn from seeing other people's pictures. Father and son as a category has a particular resonance for me this year. I lost my own father late last year, and to look at some of those images, it's really provoked a very personal, emotional response in me. And for me, that's what photography is about. It's provoking that response and bringing out emotions that might be hidden. And for me, that's the strength of photography. So those images have really worked for me this year.
I want people and pictures that show me new information, and that might be new situations that I've never seen before, or it could be very familiar situations but retold in a new way with a fresh angle.
It's actually very difficult for me to define personally what happiness is within photography. For me, it can be a moment in time, it can be a whole concept or idea, and to try and articulate that within a single image is incredibly difficult. But a number of the photographers have risen to that challenge and come up with something very distinctive.
We're finding some very fresh interpretations, and the subject of happiness is a difficult subject. And the reason it's difficult is that we all know how to perform happiness for a camera. We have birthdays, we have celebrations, and we stand in front of a camera and we smile, so we've seen that a million times. But to be able to express that in a fresh way with new energy is really exciting. Happiness to me is deep, it's profound, and it doesn't necessarily need to express itself in a smile.
Be happy. I think we need stable surroundings, we need contact to persons, we need respect. And we need this contact to our inner selves. I can try to find these moments, I call them magic moments. I can try to find them around, and then I can try to capture them. And that is one piece of the whole happiness. But on the other side, I go in the same process. I can find happiness in myself if I really go to nature, for example. At the end, it's a message to look around, to be aware what happens in nature, and to look for conservation and happiness. It's a deeper subject than just laughing.
Well, there's been a lot of fantastic work, and the standout images for me have actually shown me what that photographer was trying to do with the image. So there's some really talented photographers out there, and the best of those have been able to really inspire me as a judge and selector for the awards.